there will be a UK social media ban, but not for everybody. Mostly for people who are under the age of 18, preferably 16 and younger. Well, if you haven't heard this news, then here it is. The UK under the Prime Minister Keir Starmer are banning social media usage for kids who are under the age of 18, and they're targeting kids who are 16 and below. This move comes after what they saw working in Australia, because Australia banned kids from accessing social media, 16 and younger, and they want to improve on it. They have seen the values of what is the benefit. The ban on social media is one of the more aggressive moves any government in the West has done following what Australia has happened. The government on social media is one of the most aggressive moves done by a major democracy on the issue of social media. They are trying to improve the livelihoods of their kids. So why are you listening to me? You're listening to me because I help businesses like yours grow in the digital marketing space. I help you guys compete. I help you guys get better leads. I help you guys get more customers. I am a digital marketing expert. Let's get into this. So the policy is very simple. They don't want to stop kids from getting social media accounts. They want to discourage it, but more importantly, there are features that they do not want to appear or kids to use from the age of 16, 17, and 18. For example, for 16-year-olds, there's a near blanket ban on social media. Them they can't access it at all. For 17-year-olds, if they're able to stream, they're not able to get messages or any interaction from the streams. For 18-year-olds, you're not allowed to interact with AI, form romantic relationships, or so which platforms are going to be banned from this? Well, you have your big three. You have Meta, Instagram, Facebook. You have YouTube being banned. You have Snapchat being banned. You also have Twitter being banned. But messaging or social apps like WhatsApp, Telegram, Signal, that have been let loose. Then people can still communicate with that. Also, gaming apps like Roblox, where they have communication in it, that are still allowed for the kids. This also follows what was allowed in Australia as well. Why is the government in the UK banning social media? Well, the Prime Minister said the reason they're banning social media in the UK for their kids, for their teens, is because social media has successfully doing what they have been doing. What do I mean by that? I mean social media have gone to extreme lengths to learn how to be more addictive, to learn how to make people spend more time, and affecting people's mental health. While adults can manage themselves, or they can see ways of how to take charge, they want to take the responsibility away from kids. So they know that social media is very harmful in terms of being very addictive. Mental health is a very big thing today in 2026, and they want to ensure kids are growing up to be well adjusted human beings. Social media affects mental health in terms of anxiety, in terms of body image issues, in terms of confidence, and relying too much on a screen to communicate rather than meeting people in person. The UK government is trying to avoid kids losing their childhoods. They want to encourage kids to go back to the playground. They want to encourage kids to have more face-to-face interactions. They want kids to be out there having fun, living the best lives, rather than being hidden at home, sequestered, or just behind a screen. They want kids to live their full lives. They are predators of the internet, and they hide behind the keyboard. So the government realized by banning social media for kids, they can try and protect the kids from predators like these, to keep them safe. So kids will not get random DMs from weird people out there, and this hopefully will keep them as safe for as long as possible. The next biggest question is, how will this be enforced? And the UK government has also been struggling with this, but they found the best way to do this is not to put the onus on the parents on how to monitor social media usage, but to put their responsibility on the platforms. So they say Platforms should do everything and anything they can do to discourage kids from accessing their platforms. Here are some of the things that they have discussed. There is facial IDs, so that when a kid is signing up for an account with either Facebook or YouTube, they should have some form of facial recognition to see if the kid is younger. Number two, providing card details, credit cards, because you can only have a credit card if you're 18 and above, or a bank check. Number three is requiring users to upload their IDs to prove who they are. As you know, kids don't have any form of identification as of yet. And the more interesting way of stopping kids from accessing social media by using device level enforcement. This is where the OS or the platform, the mobile device knows that this is a child or this is someone who's not an adult yet, and they should not be able to access certain features or certain social media platforms. The next question is, will the ban work if you put the onus on the platforms? Will the kids listen? Will the kids try to circumvent the system? Will they still have access to their social media accounts? Going back to a test example in Australia, it has proven to be a bigger challenge than people anticipated. Many of the kids are still able to access the social media platforms. This is the Metas, the YouTubes, TikToks, and Snapchats. How are they accessing it? 70% of the kids are able to bypass the system by either using a VPN, saying they're in a different location. Number two, by using their parents' IDs, or using their parents' IDs to jump in. Number three, using their parents' emails to create new accounts. So it's not been 100% effective. But the reasoning is, if you can protect one child from getting access, that is more than enough. So even though 70% have been able to outsmart or game the system, 30% of the kids are still safe. And then, to be honest, kids are very clever. They're very, very brilliant. They always find ways to circumvent the system, and this means that new solutions have to be created to ensure that the kids are safe. These platforms are not taking things lying down. YouTube, Meta, TikTok, Snapchat, they've all gone like, nah, this is not fair. We're trying to run a business. We're trying to protect the kids, and they know the value of having kids on their platform as early as possible because of loyalty, because of being bigger and the best solutions. But they're realizing that this would affect their bottom line because they'll have fewer people on their platforms. YouTube says if you don't give them in our platforms, they'll be forced to go to other platforms that are not the best or safe for the kids. Meta also echoes the same sentiment, going like, yeah, if they don't use Facebook, if they don't use Instagram, they look for somewhere where it's not less safe. TikTok, on the other hand, have said they have been working hard with governments. They've been working hard with society groups to ensure that the kids are safe. They have 50 plus things that they've come up with to ensure the kids are safe. But the irony is, the owners of these companies, Meta, the owners of YouTube, the owners of TikTok, they don't allow their own kids on social media platforms. So you'll be surprised why there's insane pushback or blowback from them. So they are planning to come up with proper legislation by Christmas this year, 2026, and there'll be a full rollout in 2027. Hopefully they have something that is good for everybody. How will this affect your business? Because that's what you're wondering. Well, if you have a product that you sell to teenagers or kids, this is a big challenge for your business right now, because now you won't be able to directly attract or message or market to them. And if you have a product that you feel needs hype in terms of the younger generation, that will be a bigger challenge for your business. But working with governments or learning about new policies and new laws, you can find a place to position yourself.